All right. Hey, everybody. It's Mr. Greg. I'm so excited to be here with all of you and with our friend Michael Newman. Hey, Michael.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Nice hot day
Awesome.
here in Texas.
Well, how hot is it in Texas right now?
It's actually in like the 80s, so it's not too bad.
Okay, not bad. Not
Not too bad, not yet.
bad. Okay, not yet, right? We
Not
were
yet.
actually just talking. We did a live the other night with Jessie about planners, and she was talking
Hmm.
about how she had this one type of planner that she'd used and left it in the car, and it got so hot that it like melted. And
God.
like how the Berto and Co planners like actually can stand up to Texas heat. So there you go.
Hey, that's a selling point right there.
Right? Totally. Well, we're so excited that you're here. We're so excited that everyone is joining us tonight. We're going to be talking all about STEAM, which we all love because we're always looking for more opportunities to get our kids active and getting them playing and creating and problem solving. So I can't wait to chat with Michael tonight about all things STEAM. We also have a couple of giveaways tonight. We're giving away a free ticket to Elevate Virtual.
Woohoo.
And thanks to our friends at Sourcebooks, somebody's going to win 4 of the How to Catch books from Sourcebooks. And so it's How to Catch a Unicorn, How to Catch a Turkey, How to Catch a Class Pet. And Michael, what was the other one?
The invisible bad guy.
Ooh, I don't have that one. I've
Yeah,
not heard of this
I
one.
don't have that one either.
It must be a new one.
Yes.
Well, listen, so if you want to win a free ticket to Elevate Virtual or possibly a set of books from Sourcebooks, all you have to do to enter is hit the share button. The more you share, the more chances you have to win to enter, and get in the comments. The more you share, the more you comment, the more you interact with us tonight, the more chances you have to win a free ticket to Elevate or for How to Catch books. And I love the How to Catch books, Michael. Like,
me too.
They're fantastic. I know there are people out there who aren't fans, but I love them.
No, they're so good. They're so good. And there's so many things to learn throughout the book. And that's why they're such the perfect STEAM book to go and put it into your classroom libraries. But we'll talk about that a little bit.
Awesome. Well, we're excited that you're back for Elevate Virtual, Michael. We're excited that you are going to be talking about STEAM. We are always looking for STEAM ideas, so we can't wait to get into all of that with you. But I want you to go ahead and take a minute to introduce yourself to everybody and let us know who you are, where you live, all the things about you. Go.
All right. So my name is Michael Newman. I am the Evolutionary Classroom on Instagram. I currently am a district elementary STEM facilitator for my school district. It's a long title, but essentially I get to go to all 7 elementary campuses and teach STEM labs pre-K through 5th grade. And then, of course, interact with the community and do STEM events. And then I also am a national educator, speaker, conference speaker, all those kind of fun things. Everything STEM related. I am a dad of 2 precious girls, 3rd grader and next year kindergartner. So that's going to be fun and interesting. And then I am in Houston, Texas area. And I have been teaching this is my 8th year. I've taught kindergarten for 6 and 7 of those years. 6 years of kindergarten, a year of 1st grade, and then a year of 3rd grade math and science. But I'm super excited to be back. And of course, just sharing the love of STEM that I've got and the passion that I have, and to bring more ideas to you guys. And this time, it's going to be all about kind of connecting STEM into your classroom with literacy and how important that is for our students at an early age.
I love it. I love it. Well, listen,
Yeah.
being a girl dad is the best.
It is.
Right?
It's the best.
The
Boys
best.
are kind of gross.
Well,
I was a boy, it's fine, but
right.
they're gross.
It's true. We are. We're boys. We can say that.
Yes, we can.
So it's funny. One of my coworkers, one of my teammates, he just found out that they're having a baby, and they found out it's a boy, and so they're very excited. And I'll tell stories about Adeline and just how she's very hard-headed.
Yes.
Strong-willed, very
very
strong-willed,
strong-willed.
and sassy. She's got this attitude, and we just love her for that. That's her personality. And Brian is like, glad I'm having a boy. Like, girls are just a different. They're just different.
It's
But
different.
man, being a girl dad is the best.
It is, but we're raising them to be strong boss leaders and boss women leaders in the world. So we're doing the right
Absolutely.
thing.
Like,
We're doing the
we're
right
not
thing.
at all worried about anybody ever walking all over Adeline, because she won't have it. So I'm excited, and we're starting to get some comments. People are, they're excited. They love STEM. They're always looking for STEM ideas. So give us a little. Well, first of all, tell everybody, what do you do in your position? Because I don't, we have a STEM teacher in our building, but yours is a little bit different. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
I feel like it's kind of like a hybrid of a STEM teacher. So I go to all 7 elementary schools, and we have STEM labs that are they are all the same. We have the same materials in them. Everything is from the floor to the ceiling. Everything is identical, except of course the structure of the building, because we want to make sure that every student has an opportunity to learn the same way and have the same opportunities in our district. And so I'm able to do that. So in my STEM labs, we actually do STEM challenges that are engineering design challenge based. So the EDP process is what comes to mind, is what we use. We don't do much project-based learning, so we do more EDP process. So that's the engineering design process, and I talk about that in my session of what that is, kind of each step. It's kind of like the cycle of creating a STEM project and going through it. So I do those, and then, but not just doing a challenge or having a fun, arts and craft. It's really, they are getting that prior knowledge, that prior learning that I'm tying into those state standards, but I'm also tying literacy into it. So the students are expected to have a book read to them before they come into class. And then we talk about the book, the main beginning, middle, end, those main parts. And then we kind of connect it to real world. And then we can have a challenge based off of that book and the real world connection. So for example, we used Maxine in The Greatest Garden. So that she talked about in the book on different ways they improved her garden because the animals were getting into it and all that kind of things. So then we connected it to creating a community garden, and we had some videos and all that kind of background knowledge. And then the students actually got to create their own garden, and then they had to have certain things to help keep animals and stuff and insects and stuff out of the garden to keep their plants safe. And then later we got to actually send it to the high school for the agriculture department, and they got to keep them and keep them and grow the plants that we actually planted in them. So I not only am teaching the kids, and I adapt all my lessons for each grade level, but then we also have, so that kind of facilitator part comes in, is I'm facilitating the lessons because it's all student led. It's all student. It's very minimal for me. I'm really kind of giving them directions, the energy, what they need, and then I'm there for any questions or any help. But then I actually get to turn around and I make curriculum for our pre-K through first grade teachers with Makerspace, and as well as providing any training that they need for any STEM training or any kind of other science training that we need that kind of follow under my STEM umbrella. Because STEM is a broad umbrella.
Right. Well, and it really is, right? It could be so many things. And of course, now it's STEAM because it does bring in, art as well.
It is.
What was the name of that book again?
That was Maxine and the Greatest Garden.
Okay. I don't have that one. I'll have to check that one out.
Such a good one. It's a really good one.
So here's a question, and it'll kind of lead us into a little bit about your session. So I'll ask you the question. You can answer it, and then talk a little bit about your session at Elevate Virtual. Okay. Let me find it again. Margaret wants to know, do you have a list of books that you use? And I'm going to be willing to bet the answer is yes.
I have a list that is being currently made because there are just so many. So it's really hard to be like, there's so many good STEM books out there, but there is a list, and I believe in my session, I actually mentioned quite a few more books. But Margaret, I can definitely create something, and I'll attach that onto the virtual session for a free handout, because that is kind of a thing. I almost kind of need to do like a running live document of different STEM books, because there are so many out there, but for different things. Because there's some coding books, there's robotic books, and that is what's so important about my session is, so they're going to get to explore STEM literacy and how they use it in their classroom with the How to Catch a Book series. And I use it a lot in my session because it really is a book that has those great problem solving skills, and it uses the engineering design process in a fun and engaging way for our pre-K through 2 students. So, so I'll compile a list, a live document list. I think that's going to be a work in progress right there. Yeah.
Well, listen, y'all, this is what makes Elevate so great, right? Like, Michael's starting to talk about a session. He mentions a book. Somebody was like, "Ooh, do you have a book list?" And Michael's like, "You know what? I will make that happen for
Yeah.
the attendees of my session. So when we talk about Elevate being a community and being more than just a one-off, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about presenters. Yes, we're active in schools and classrooms, right? Yes, it's research-based, but it's this sense of community and this sense of wanting to help. And so here you have Michael, one of our Elevate virtual presenters, who heard a need, and he's like, you know what? Yes, I can help with that. So if you come to Elevate Virtual, I'm going to provide you with a book list. So there you go. Like, there's really no reason not to register.
Right.
Right.
And in more in my session, they'll get some easy to use strategies, those book pairings like we talked about, and also some ideas for some hands-on STEAM challenges that they could easily implement into their classroom, like right after they watch the virtual session. I mean,
love
what more?
that. Right?
Yeah.
You're going to get the books, you're going to get ideas for materials, you're going to get ideas that you can implement in your classroom right away. So if you haven't yet registered for Elevate Virtual, you need to do it now. Here's why.
Yes.
The price goes up on May 1st. So if you register now and use the code Michael, you'll save an extra 25%, which means you can register for $60. What does $60 get you? 36 sessions, including 4 keynotes, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars of downloads and materials for your classroom, including a great book list from Michael, which I'm ready. I'm excited about. I need a good STEM book list. You're going to get entered into $10,000 in giveaways. You get a certificate of contact for 36 hours. You get access to all of the content on demand for 90 days, June 1st through August 31st. You can access the sessions. You can watch them as much as you want, whenever you want, wherever you want. And you can watch it on the app. We even have an app now. So we've made it incredibly easy.
Ooh.
Click the links, enter the code Michael, get registered now for $60 if you use the code Michael. The price does go up to $100 on May 1st. So now's the time to register.
Yeah.
You also don't want to miss out on tonight's giveaways. We have 2 giveaways tonight. We're giving away a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. And thanks to our friends at Sourcebooks, we're giving away 4 of the How to Catch books. So I'm going to let Michael, I know you include these in your session. I know you use these a lot in your instruction. So give us an idea or a fun little way to use one of the How to Catch books.
Yeah. So research actually shows that STEM and literacy together equals critical thinkers. So that's why I kind of stress that exposing our young learners at an earlier age, it really does help them, because if you combine STEM with read alouds, it improves problem solving skills by 35%.
Wow.
35%. That's huge. And that's from the National Science NSTA 2022. But it's amazing because it is also exposing our children to vocabulary.
Yes.
Vocabulary by the age of 5. If you're already, super early learners and you're in that ECE world or that pre-K realm, that just giving them those words and exposing it to them, they actually can perform significantly higher in reading and math by the 3rd grade. It's major.
Huge.
So
that's huge.
What I love about those books, and really any kind of STEM book, and honestly, it doesn't necessarily have to be a STEM book, because almost every kind of picture book has some sort of problem and that needs a solution, right? For example, you have fairy tales. Fairy tales, to me, I love doing just because they're kind of the easiest, especially if you're a beginner STEM teacher. Fairy tales are always easy because they've always got some, dramatic problem that's happening, and you can always find different ways to solve and help improve the problem, right? But with the How to Catch a Book series, for example, How to Catch a Unicorn or How to Catch a Dinosaur, you can create those into challenges and actually have your students go through the engineering design process, which you'll learn more about in my session, but have them actually create those traps to have them try to catch one of those things. And of course, the one that we all know is one of our favorite holidays, is St. Patrick's Day, and How to Catch a Leprechaun. And what I've done in my classroom before is How to Catch a Leprechaun. They would build their leprechaun traps. I've done it in class before. I actually sent it home as a project one time, so kind of having that family connection. But then they would bring their traps the night before St. Patrick's Day or right before our holiday break, depending on when things would, line up. And the leprechaun, of course, they never got to catch the leprechaun. He was always so tricky. Leprechaun. I know, he was always so tricky, but you could go all out or you could just be as minimalistic as you want. Of course, I'm a little extra, so I went all out. There was the leprechaun trashed the room. He took pictures on my iPad and put it as my wallpaper screen. I mean, he did everything, and he even messed some of the traps up. So just it's little stuff like that that really, number one, it makes it memorable, right, for the kids. But they are learning so much, they're doing so much because they're communicating, they're collaborating, they're using those critical thinking skills because they're like, okay, how can I catch that leprechaun? Because it's something they really want to do. They want to catch that leprechaun. And that's what I love about the book series so much, is that they lay it out so nice for you, but it's nice enough and easy enough for the students to understand. They're understanding that the trap didn't work the first time or the second time or the third time, that they are going to have to keep trying and trying again. And that's what STEM is all about. STEM is not perfect. STEM is for everybody. It doesn't matter if you have a disability or not. It's for all kinds of students. And the joy about it is it's not perfect. And I saw one of the comments on here that, I love something that's easy to implement. Well, STEM to me can be easy. It's as easy as you want it to be, but it's also as complicated as you want it to be. And that's what I love about STEM and STEM in general and STEAM.
Well, that, you've hit on that point several times, and you talked about fairy tales, and I'm thinking when we do Three Billy Goats Gruff, my kids, one of the STEM things that I have the kids do is I give them cups and popsicle sticks and something else I can't remember right now, and a toy goat, and their job is to build a bridge.
Yep.
Then once their bridge is done, I actually walk the toy goat across their bridge to see if it works.
Yep.
Simple, but so impactful. Now, we could go very elaborate with that as well, but we're choosing to go very simple. And for how to catch a leprechaun, we've done traps in the past, sitting at home as a project. But what I have been doing the last couple of years is we're not making the traps, and I do this with a lot of different things, is we're stacking gold coins.
Oh, yeah.
They work together, and they have to see how high they can stack their gold coins into a tower. And so there's a lot of problem solving. There's a lot of conversations back and forth. So you can really make STEAM and STEM as simple as you want, or as complicated as you want.
Yeah, you don't need the top of the line technology. You don't need any of the fancy tools. Majority of my labs we do are consumables. So we use a lot of paper, construction paper, tape, popsicle sticks, pipe cleaners, because we want things easy enough that, number one, that's cost effective, but it's stuff that even if I was in a normal classroom that I could be doing because I already had these supplies.
Right.
And that's what, especially with our makerspace stuff that we've created and for my schools, is it's stuff that we all had in the classrooms. So it is not something everything's not $1,200 or $1,300 that we have to purchase for each one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think, we do creepy carrots in October, and the kids have to build a fence to keep the carrots in, and they have Play-Doh and popsicle sticks.
Yep.
And guess what? Those are reusable, right? So once we're done, we can put them up and use them again.
Yep. Yeah, I love that.
All right, y'all, we have about 10 minutes left with Michael. So I want to remind you to go ahead and hit the share button and join us in the comments so you have a chance to win a free ticket to Elevate Virtual or a set of 4 How to Catch books from our friends at Source Books. So hit the share button, invite your friends to join, get in the comments. Any questions you have about STEAM, any STEAM ideas that you have to share, we would love to see those in the comments, because I know y'all have some great ideas about STEAM and STEM. So, all right, Michael, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
We're gonna test your STEAM teacher mind. Okay.
Okay.
So a lot of us, mind-blowingly, we're heading into. You're good. Listen, Adeline always busts into our lives, so you're good.
Dad. Okay.
We, a lot of us are heading into the school, right at the end of the school year.
Yes.
It's starting to warm up. So do you have a little idea that you could share with us that might be a fun little STEAM project, kind of tied into ocean, beach, spring, summer, that kind of stuff?
Yes. Okay. I actually have one that just popped in my head. So, and I've done this before, especially because we love a good ABC countdown.
Yes.
And B is great for bubble day. So you can actually use pipe cleaners and have your students make their own bubble wands.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah, so you can have them make whatever shape they want, make their own bubble wands, and then of course you'll have the bubble solution and have them dip in there, and they can go outside and test them out. So it'd be a great bubble one. I think also another great one is if you do want to go a little more complicated, There are some great resources out there that I've seen. There's a book. Oh my gosh, it's called, I think it's like How to Code a Sandcastle or something like that. And it's kind of about coding. And you can kind of drive some robots around and see how you can get to a sandcastle. Let's see, what else can you do? You
Okay,
could
but I
build
want
a lifeguard stand post.
There you go.
I mean, there's so many different things,
I love
but
it.
yeah, the bubble one is a really good one.
I love the bubble one because
Yeah,
when I'm thinking like you could even take that a little step further and like show the kids how to make bubble solution, right?
yes,
Instead of
yep,
buying it, you can make it.
yep,
But then also like after the kids make their wands and they're using them, then you can have some great conversations about what shapes worked better, what size
yep,
worked better. Like, and then you could even have them redesign a bubble wand and try it again. I
yep.
love that. Like, and we actually do B of our backwards boot camp is bubble. So I love that you can bring that stem in.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna be ridiculous. I love that you called them pipe cleaners.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're Chanel stems.
No, they're pipe cleaners. We call them what
They're
they are, y'all. They are
Chanel
pipe cleaners.
stems.
I love it.
When I found that out this year, I was mind blown, and I said it about for the first like 3 months of school, and the kids were like, "What?" I was like, "It's a pipe cleaner, but it's just fancy term for it."
Right. Oh, yes, I know. People are like, "No, it's a shit." No, I'm like, "No, it's a pipe cleaner,
No,
y'all.
it's
Pipe
a
cleaner.
pipe
It is
cleaner.
what it is." Okay.
Another good idea you could do is with the sandcastle, maybe build your own. They could create and invent their own sandcastle tool to help them build a sandcastle. So if you want to add some sensory in there and add some sand to it and add some shells or whatnot, that's a great way to do it.
Right. And if you have access to Play-Doh or kinetic sand, right, they could even design a sandcastle, right?
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Lisa says that they did. Bernice still calls them pipe cleaners. Bernice, we all call them pipe cleaners because that's what they are.
That's what they are.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
Lisa said they did jelly bean and toothpick building before Easter, and the kids really loved it. And I actually, this is a STEAM. I've never done the jelly bean, so I'm adding that to my list. But we've done this a lot. In the fall, I do it with apples. I cut apples into little pieces,
and
the kids have toothpicks, and they have to build an apple tower. Of course, building 3D shapes and 2D shapes with marshmallows and toothpicks. In February, I always find little. I've done it with two different things: marshmallow hearts, and so the kids will build a tower with toothpicks and marshmallow hearts. But I also get the little the jelly candy hearts, like the jelly hearts from Walmart.
Yes.
And the kids build towers with those. So Lisa, I'm with you. I love the toothpick and like food building. Of course, afterwards the kids get to eat all the sugar, so that's even better.
Because who wants to put that
love
back?
that because it gives them such an opportunity to figure out, like you said, that engineering, that design process.
Yes.
Like, what do I need to start with to get my tower as tall as I can?
Yes. And then one other one that I will leave with you guys with is if you really kind of want to go be adventurous and include water, because water is a great thing, especially when it starts to get a little hot and it's, you associate that with the summertime, is sponge boat races. That is another one that you could do, and it's where you build a sponge boat that can carry coins across a kiddie pool or whatever container. So they would have a sponge, and then they would build whatever materials you want to use. I believe, I think a really good material to use would be you could use foil and have them surround the foil and use a boat. And what that will really STEM focus kind of really does is it goes with the buoyancy, the engineering design process, weight distribution, all those kind of things. So a sponge boat race would be really cool. And if someone does that, you better take a picture or a video because I want to see it.
I want to see it.
And then I will go ahead and make a summer STEM list as well. And I will upload that as well to the and maybe not a summer, because summer will be, this isn't a summertime. I'll add that, and maybe I'll throw in a couple back to school ideas as well.
There you go. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I'm gonna write that down.
Here's one. Oh, I like it. Jennifer says 10 apples on top. Kids balance apples to see how high and how many apples they can stack. And they can also try to balance the apples on their heads. I love it. Well, listen, we've got about 4 minutes. So one more chance to hit the share button. Get in the comments. The more you share, the more you comment, the more chances you have to win a free ticket to Elevate Virtual or a set of 4 How to Catch books from our friends at Source Books. Listen, we have already gotten so many amazing ideas just in tonight's live chat here with Michael. So imagine what we'll walk away with at his Elevate Virtual session. Imagine how many great STEAM ideas we're going to come away with. Not only that, but list of books, list of ideas for the summer, for back to school, and probably a notebook full of ideas and materials. That's one of the things I'm excited about is getting some new material ideas. So if you haven't yet registered for Elevate Virtual, what are you waiting for? Take what you've learned tonight and multiply that by infinity. And that's what you're going to get at Elevate Virtual from Michael's session and from all of our amazing sessions at Elevate Virtual. Plus, you're going to get like $500 or $600 in free downloads for your classroom. You're entered into a giveaway for $10,000 in prizes. You get a certificate of contact for 36 hours. You get 36 sessions, including 4 inspiring keynotes. You'll get on-demand, unlimited virtual access from June 1st through August 31st. That's 90 days. And that's access anytime, anywhere, wherever, whenever, however much you want. You can watch the sessions, rewind, fast forward, watch them again at 3 a.m. in your bathrobe, drinking a margarita. That's the great thing about a virtual conference. Right? So listen.
No judgment there.
Hey, right? It's summer. Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. Yeah.
Do it while participating in Elevate Virtual. Click the links. Use the code Michael. That will save you an extra 25% off. So you'll be able to register for only $60 instead of $80. And you want to do it now because the price does go up to $100 on May 1st. So
good price right now.
Enter the code Michael. Get registered. Don't miss out on Elevate Virtual. It's going to be a blast. We've learned so much from all of these lives. Like, I can't imagine how much we're going to learn at the actual conference. Like,
it's
so
going to be
much.
epic. Yeah.
So if you haven't registered, don't miss out.
Yes.
All right, Michael, any last words about STEM or STEAM before we give away our prizes?
I don't think so. I think really just try it. And don't be afraid to try it. Just try it. And it's okay if it doesn't work the first time. Kind of just keep going at it. It's something that we, practice makes perfect, like we always tell our kids, So don't be discouraged. It doesn't have to be super complicated. Start small and then work your way up. And it's for all kids. It's for all diversities, all types of students that we have from special education. Like, there is no limit. And STEM is limitless. And that's what I absolutely love about it. And make those kids engineers. Expose them to these things early, because it's going to really benefit them in the future. And I'm also excited to put on that book list because my STEM children's book will be coming out very soon.
Awesome.
So I'm super excited about that. And so that will be on that book list as well.
Of course. Well, congratulations on that. That's awesome. I can't wait to grab that one. All right. It is time for tonight's giveaway. So we actually have 2 giveaways. So we're giving away a free ticket to Elevate Virtual and a set of 4 How to Catch books from our friends at Source Books. So both of our winners tonight will send an email to crystal@elevateyourclassroom.com, and Crystal will take care of you and your prizes. All right, so here we go. And I know normally we see the names on the screen, but Jesse's not here to do all the magic. So I can see this winner, and the winner is Karen Thorsten. Karen, congratulations. You have won a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. Karen, you will send an email to crystal@elevateyourclassroom.com, and she will take care of your free ticket. And next, we have a set of 4 How to Catch books from Source Books. And that winner is Margaret. I'm going to mess up this name. Margaret Grisecki Robertson. Margaret Robertson.
Hey, Margaret and Karen.
A set of How to Catch books from Source Books. So Margaret, also send an email to Crystal@elevateyourclassroom. We'll get your information to Source Books, and then they will send you your books. All right. Well, congratulations to our winners.
Yay.
Everybody who watched. Y'all, register for Elevate Virtual. What are you waiting for? Click the link in the description and in the comments. Use the code Michael to save an extra 25%. You'll get registered for $60. That's like $2 a session. You can't get PD.
You can't beat that.
No. And this isn't the kind of PD where we just read slides to you. Like, this is actual, real life, current active educators sharing ideas that we can implement in our classrooms immediately. And we're giving you hundreds of dollars of materials for your classroom and $10,000 in giveaways and a certificate of contact. And you have unlimited access for 90 days from June 1st to August 31st, 4 amazing keynotes, all of that for $2 per session. Use the code Michael, click that link, save yourself 25%, get registered for Elevate Virtual. We'll see you all virtually this summer. Michael, thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you.
And everyone who's watching, thank you so much. Have a great rest of the week. Thank you for all that you do. We appreciate you, and we will see you all very soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.